What is up, everybody? It is Guy Smiley here, and welcome back to another tutorial video. I'm going to be showing you guys how to make these 4 custom LEGO machine gun turrets that I designed, and I'm going to kind of be talking about the general themes that we see with these turrets as well, so that you guys can hopefully apply these things that you're going to learn in this video to your own builds, if you guys want to design your own custom LEGO machine gun turrets for your own builds. So we're going to start off with this turret right here first. So this turret was one that I actually built for the police mech that I made for the Space Jam contest. You guys can see the mock review of that video, of that build right there in the corner. This is probably one of my favorite designs that we're going to do in this video. I really love the shape that I was able to get with this. It's a very original shape with this new Nexo triangular shield piece on the top. And these are the pieces that you're going to need to make that turret. You're going to need a Travis brick here with studs on all sides, and then you're going to put a 1x1 black brick on the back right there, and then one of these clip tiles right there on the front that holds actually this piece here, which is a really cool piece to use because this connection actually works fairly well. It actually holds in there with a considerable amount of friction, so it doesn't just flop all over the place. And this piece right here is really great for this gun because of the textures that it has, and it also has these little holes on the sides right there. And those actually kind of look like muzzle brakes, so that actually works out really good. I really like the ribbing design on there. It really adds some more detail to the turret. This is kind of a theme that we're going to see with these turrets, is mainly using the textures contained within individual Lego pieces as parts of the gun. And so that's something that you really want to try to do with almost all of your builds, actually, is try to use, not only just use pieces to create textures, but use the textures that are contained within the pieces themselves to create some really small scale details. Then we're going to take one of these hoses here, these flex tubes, that is cut down to about a centimeter in length, 1.5 centimeters, I would say. And the great thing about flex tube is it has a hole at the end right there, which actually looks like the hole that's at the tip of a gun. Actually, the actual barrel of the gun would have a hole in it, so that actually works out really well. That makes it look very realistic. And then on either side of this, we're going to put these pieces here. You want to orient it this way so that the muzzle brakes are coming out of either side of the turret there, not up and down like that. That would look weird. Then you're going to put these pieces here, which are from, I believe they're from the Knights Kingdom sets, and they're actually in black. Really cool textured pieces. I'll put the link in the description to Bricklink for these pieces if you guys want to buy some. They can be kind of hard to find on there, especially these kind of weird niche pieces that don't really look like a slope. Is it a tile? You know, it's hard to find them. So I'll put the link in the description for that if you guys want to see those on Bricklink. And then on the top, we're going to put this Nexo shield piece. We're just going to attach this stud right there to this hole right there on the end of the shield. And there we have it. There's the actual main body of the gun. And then we're going to take some of these pieces here, these pneumatic T pieces, and put 2 of these on either side of there. These are like those Technic pieces with the tooth. Actually, no, you have to put it like this first, because obviously you have to put these on there first in order for it to work. And then we're going to put this piece right there, and this makes the actual arm of the gun, and it's really cool because it has 2 points of rotation, and it just looks kind of mechanical, very complex. Doesn't look too simple. You want it to look kind of complex and add some more texture and detail to it. And what's really great about this is it can rotate this way, it can rotate this way, it can rotate this way. It just has like a ton of different points of rotation, so that's really good. Definitely what you want to see in Lego turrets. So yeah, that design is finished, and then you can just put it on this if you guys want to just display a turret by itself, but I assume you have some build that you're working on that you would need a turret for. So here is the next design we're going to do. This is a light gray design, and this design has a really cool red eye there, and we'll see how I did that once we actually disassemble it. But yeah, this is a really more compact design as well. It has actually 2 turrets right here, and you can always put some Technic pins on either one if you guys would want to have a longer barrel with an actual holes at the end to make it look more realistic. I kind of like it like without them, just because it looks kind of small, very compact, and really cool looking. And here is the gray turret disassembled. So as we can see, I used a lipstick piece for the actual red eye there. And I actually just put one of these on the back of a lipstick piece like so, one of these Technic pins. And that looks really good. So that's a good way if you guys want. Again, it's kind of using the textures that are contained within the pieces to add some really small scale detail, because it's a red eye with actually a light gray outline around it, which looks really good. So we're going to take a 1x1 clip right there, and we're just put that on there, and then we'll set this aside for later. And then we're going to use this piece here. This is the piece that actually forms the base of this turret. It is one of those minion bodies from the Nexo Knights theme. So the Nexo Knights, they had those little minion robots that they had. This is the body from that, so that's why it's very strange looking. But this thing works really well for this turret. It makes a kind of an interesting base to use rather than just using a Travis brick like most other turrets use that we're going to see in this video. And so we're going to take these pieces and put them on the front like that. And then we're going to take one of these. This is a 1x1 brick with studs on two sides, and we're going to put it on the back here. This seems like it would be kind of hard to get off, and it kind of is once you put it on, but it does fit on there. It just fits very, very tightly. And then we're going to take this piece, two of these cheese slopes, and put them on either side of that piece like so. And then we're going to take this piece and put it on the top like this. There is the eye of the gun, the little red sensor piece, which looks really cool. And then we're going to take two of these pieces, the same pieces we used for the arm in the previous gun, and put them right there. Put one on that side, and then put a piece like this right here. And face it backwards like so. And then we're going to put another one on the other side to finish it off, just like that. And then this right here is the actual connection point for your gun to whatever you're going to put it on. And then this goes just right there. And that has a really cool shape to it. It has a very unique shape, a very unique look. Very different from a lot of the other turrets that you see built from LEGO. Very different from the other ones we're going to see in this video, actually, too. Very different design. So here is the second to last turret we're going to do. This one I really, really love. It was one that I actually designed for a police mech that I made a very, very long time ago. It was like a big upright one. I made it even before I even had YouTube, so there is no mock review of that mock. But it was a really cool build. This turret uses this piece right here, which is a really cool piece to use that I saw a builder on Flickr use, and then I was like, wow, I want to design a turret with that piece. It's actually the string reel holders. You just take the actual string reels out, and then you're left with that piece right there. And it makes a great base for the turret to allow it to rotate up and down very nicely. And then, of course, you could also put it on something that can make it rotate around like this if you wanted to. So for this turret here, we're going to start off with this piece right here. And we're going to take this piece, and we're going to take a headlight brick and a 1x1 round stud and put it right there on the headlight brick. Then we're going to take another 1x1 round stud, and this is a little bit hard to do because it's the exactly the correct size without the stud of this 1x1 round here. So we have to figure out how we can get this stud inside this hole on the actual the hinge for the gun turret. So you kind of have to stress the brick just a little bit to get it in there, but once you just have to kind of pull this and just force it in there, and it's actually very hard to do, actually. So you can try to do it different ways. Just like so. Like, you're just going to push it right down in there, and then we have something like this. As you can see, the piece is stressed, but then once you push it all the way, it's perfect. It's just the right size, and then we get a nice rotation with this headlight brick right there, as well, as you guys can see there. So then we're going to take a 1x1 Travis brick and put it right on the back, like so. Then we're going to take a cone piece and put it on there. And then you guys can use if you have some more flex tube, you can actually use that for the barrel of the gun. It looks really good as well if you guys use flex tube for this one. I'm just using a 3L bar because I know that not everybody has flex tube, so I just wanted to kind of show you guys what it would look like without the flex tube. It looks good. It just is kind of missing that detail of the actual hole at the tip of the gun. So the flex tube really does add a little bit more detail to it there. And then we're going to take a 1x1 tile and actually put it on this side of the Travis brick, because there's enough room on this side, but there's not enough room on this side to place anything on that stud without it not being able to move up and down anymore. There's exactly 1 plate's worth of distance of room there to put that 1x1 tile on this side of the Travis brick. And then we're going to take 2 light gray 1x1 round plates here, and we're going to put them on either side here. It kind of feels like there's actually not enough room, but they're exactly the right size, and they do fit right inside there in the room that's left around that 1x1 stud perfectly, actually. So it's just a perfect fit. You just have to figure out, just kind of line it up perfectly and get it to attach. And there we go. We did that. And then we're going to take 2 1x1 round tiles and just put it on there just to finish it off. And that looks really good. Now it's nice and clean looking there. And then we're going to take a skate, one of these roller skate pieces, and put it on the back, like so. Just to add some more detail, again using the textures within the pieces to add some more detail. The roller skate piece is a great piece for adding greebles and details, just because of how many different shapes and details and little lines it has on it. Then we're going to take a 1x1 round white stud with a hole in the center, and then put one of these pieces here right inside there, and that forms the actual sensor kind of thingy for the gun to be able to see what it has to shoot at. This is definitely designed to be like an automated turret. So it's definitely not something that a minifigure would operate because of this on there. That's kind of like an auto turret that has like a big sensor on it to just like automatically swivel and like shoot at anything that it sees flying in the sky. So this is actually the only turret out of all of these that is kind of meant to be operated by a minifigure. It's actually like a manual turret. So as you can see, it does have handles on the back here for the minifigure to actually hold, and you can actually use some handlebars too if you actually want the minifigure to actually be able to hold it, not just look like he's holding it, because you can make it look like he's holding this one, but this one he can actually hold on to. It does have these cool protector things on the sides as well to protect the minifigure from the incoming machine gun fire that may be coming from the enemy as well. So we're going to start off with a Travis brick here for this turret, like so, and then we're going to take a headlight brick and put it on the back, like this. Then we're going to take a minifigure walkie-talkie and put it on the top, like so. Another great piece that has some really cool textures and stuff contained within the part itself. Then we're going to take this piece here, which is a piece of pneumatic, it's just a piece of flex tube inside one of these cone pieces here. Again, it has the hole in the middle, which looks really good for turrets because it looks so realistic, adds some more detail to it. And I'm not going to take this out. I think that this actually comes in this length, so you could probably find this on Bricklink somewhere. If you don't want to like cut your own flex tube, you could probably find this length of flex tube on Bricklink and just buy it like this. And then you can put it inside one of these cone pieces here and attach it to the front right there. And then we're going to take this piece right here, and we're going to use this to hold the handlebars on the back. I'm using this dark gray bucket handle because I actually like the way it looks. It's kind of smaller, and it has just some a different shape than what you usually see people use, like this piece. You could use this piece if you actually want the minifigure to be able to actually hold on to it. This is kind of like a more realistic looking one. This is more of like a Lego-ish one that the minifigure can actually hold on to both handles if you guys want them to be able to do that. Then we're going to take two of these neck bracket pieces and put them on either side, like so. And this holds the actual shields on both sides of the turret to protect the minifigure from the incoming blaster or a machine gun fire. And there we have that, and that looks really good. And then this is just a T-piece, a pneumatic T-piece, and it has two of these 1x1 clips on the bottom. You can use this to attach it to whatever you want to, or you can actually just use the same thing that we used here if you guys want a more detailed stand attachment point for it. This actually looks a little bit better, I would say. So maybe you guys want to do this. But this one is a little bit harder to find an attachment point for. You actually would need a piece like this to attach it to a stud. This one you can just put directly on maybe like a tank or a Humvee or whatever you guys are building that needs a turret like this. And you also can replace these 2x2 tiles with different pieces if you guys have them and you want a bigger blast shield. You can always use these 3x3 wedge plates here, and that actually looks really cool as well. It's definitely a larger shield, so that might be actually better if this was more on the ground or something, or on a building rather than being on a Humvee or a vehicle of some kind. But yeah, this turret is really cool for vehicles, and it's definitely more of like a realistic turret rather than these ones, which are more kind of like auto turrets. We don't really have anything like this right now, I don't think, in the army. Well, actually, we probably do, but I don't know. It's just a little bit more futuristic than this one is. And I think that is going to be it for this video. These are 4 really awesome turret designs that kind of showcase the essence of what you need in a LEGO machine gun turret. Some of the techniques that I think are pretty common that you guys might be able to use in your own turret designs. If you guys need to build one for yourself for a mock or something like that, using pieces that have really cool textures and stuff, that's definitely a technique that you can use in all of your builds. And then these turrets, trying to kind of mix it up a little bit and use pieces in clever ways, use pieces that aren't normally used for turrets, and then again, maybe just using a Travis brick and just building a turret around that. That is one of the main pieces that you guys can use if you want to make your own turrets. So be sure to leave a comment down below with your guys' thoughts on this video. If you guys learned anything, let me know in the comments below. If you guys were able to build your own turrets or build any of these and use them in mocks, be sure to drop a link below, and I will be sure to check it out. And be sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel as well. And I will see you guys in the next video.